Oh, sí, El Clasico just 5 days away. Our very own Kevin Egan is in Madrid right now, mostly complaining about the cold. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment, but we know he's just as excited as we are for El Clasico. Christian, Ray, Thomas and Gary here in the locker room. And Real Madrid are kings of the world, the first side in the history of the tournament to retain the Club World Cup. So does this win change anything? Does it give them a bit of swagger?
A bit of swagger. The champions of the world. They shook up the world. Right. Remember that? Muhammad Ali? We shook up the world. Again, 2 consecutive World Cups. They've got to be having confidence coming out of the ear holes, Thomas.
Right. And two tough teams, actually. Bale scores late against Jazeera, and then obviously Ronaldo, who, by the way, have scored 8 in his last 7 over all competition, so he is hot. And Zidane, by the way, 8 out of 10.
Yep.
So Ronaldo's not finished.
It took, yeah, it's not finished. It took Sir Alex Ferguson, by the way, 104 months to get 8 titles. It took this guy
forget about them, man. What about Casemiro? What about Casemiro?
Fantastic. Best player on the pitch.
Man of the match.
I've always said that he was the best player for Real Madrid.
Next to Kylian Navas.
I never said that. I was all against him.
It took a while, but we won you over in the end.
Hang on a second. This is all exciting for Real Madrid, but what does it mean? It means they're 2017 World Club champs, but come May, who's going to have La Liga title? Who's going to have European Champions League? And if Real Madrid don't, all this means meaningless.
Okay, but you won some action. They won 2 Champions Leagues in a row.
11 points behind
Barcelona. You always love looking way down the road, man. They are champagne. That was absolutely domineering, and they were 4 goals better than Gremio. It was an authoritative win. Congratulations to Real Madrid, top class.
But they are 11 points behind.
Let's get the word from Madrid then. We're bringing you the daily build-up to Saturday's big game from Madrid. Kevin Egan is actually there right now. I hear it's a little bit cold, Kev. Tell us, what's the feeling on the streets of Madrid, in my old stomping grounds?
That's not okay. It's absolutely beautiful here in your gorgeous city of Madrid, like you rightly said. I'm going to have to join Bobo Vieri on some foot volley down in Miami soon, because if I keep eating these chocolate con churros, oh man, I'll be rolling back home to Miami. But it's great here. The feeling on the ground is nearly one of a false confidence, but these 2 teams are bickering. The fans are bickering, and only in Spain and in La Liga would you get this, when 2 sides like Real Madrid and Barcelona come together in this manner, that they're fighting about a guard of honor. El Pasillo, it's all over the newspapers. It's what everybody is talking about. I spoke to a taxi driver earlier today, and he said, oh, it's such a lack of respect from Barcelona. Why are they focusing on this? They're 11 points off the Blaugrana in the table. It doesn't seem to make sense to focus on this one thing as opposed to the football, but that's what they like to do here. Now, false confidence, I got that impression. 11 points off. Barca on the verge potentially of winning their 3rd straight El Clasico at the Santiago Bernabeu. But I spoke to a couple of people about that confidence today, and it's back. That swagger that you mentioned is back with Zinedine Zidane's team. I spoke to an Olmedo Reyes, but first, here's a Real Madrid fan, Abdul, beside their club shop.
Most of the people will say Ronaldo, but it's a game, it's a team game. Ronaldo, maybe, but Modric, Kroos, Sergio Ramos, for example, are important players too.
Sí! Así. Delighted to bump into Bruce Halliday, used to play for Newcastle United. Bruce, an old teammate of Ray Hudson's.
Yeah, I used to play with Rocky back in the day, and looked up to him actually. He was a fantastic footballer. He used to, he got in the first team a lot earlier than I did, and I think I watched his debut. I watched one game against Stoke City, and he was brilliant for a young boy. So very sad to see him leave the country. He actually was pretty good at racehorse tips. And he gave us a couple, as young boys, young apprentices, he gave us a couple of good tips, and it helped supplement our wages.
Beautiful. I remember the horse I give him as well, Bruce. 16-1 winner was called Silent Valley. 16-1, won at Newcastle.
Still remember that?
Yep. Oh, everybody
made you a few bucks.
I made some good friends that day, I'll tell you.
Nice find there, Kevin Egan. Tell us a little bit more about what it's been like in Madrid then. It's your first time there. Vieri was giving you some restaurant tips. He's wondering if you've made any of them.
Not yet. I promise I will do my very best, Bobo, to get to that restaurant recommendation. All the talk is obviously about the Clásico. It's in all the headlines of all the newspapers here. Even the more serious ones are finding space on the front pages. Now, the one team here that are quietly going about their business is Atletico Madrid. Nobody's talking about Atleti, and if they win on Friday, they close that gap again on Barcelona at the top. But it's well and truly building here in Madrid. There's a great buzz, Kay. This is the capital city of world football in so many ways, and it's going to be buzzing on beIN Sports and all across the world this Saturday morning.
Thanks so much, Kevin. We very much look forward to hearing more from you on Saturday and throughout the week here on beIN Sports. Let's talk a little bit about Barcelona. I hear him talking about Atleti there, and he's right, and it's valid. It's just because he's in the capital right now. So many of the people he'll be meeting will be talking about Atleti, but we're not going to talk about them right now. We're going to talk
who the hell cares about
Barcelona. A 4-0 win for Barcelona over Depor at the weekend, but so many stories in this game. Missed penalty from Messi. We had Alcácer going off injured in this one. A ghost goal from Luis Suarez. And there are a few panellists, and I'm wondering if Ray Hudson is still of the thinking, even after this win, that Barcelona aren't quite looking themselves this season.
I'm still going to go with Real Madrid to hit the afterburners down the stretch. Barcelona were absolutely radiant in that first half. I mean, it was an authoritative win. Depor saw the hammers of hell coming at them. Messi got his golden boot awarded to him. I think he actually put it on during this game because not only was he brilliant, Bobo, but he also missed some sitters by his standards.
What, he 2 posts?
Three posts.
3 posts.
Talk about posts.
And missed the penalties.
25 posts this year they've hit. Atleti has 25 goals. This is coming up. Seriously.
And 25% possession.
Look at that.
You can see what takes more.
And Paco was playing well. This was a sad exit for May Money, guys. Gary, he was playing very well, and the front three were really on song.
Although I'm not sure it makes any difference for El Clásico because I think they'll play Paulinho and play 4 across the middle.
Sure.
They'll play more defensive, but Busquets was rested for the day. Suarez, we've got to talk about him in this match, scoring goals and getting back to that form that we've been expecting from him. So if he's on form, Busquets is rested. It's looking like Barca in great form at the moment.
Last one, Tommy, before you get in, there, Iniesta. Back to his imperious best.
I just wrote that down, but on the defensive end, guys, is where they make incredible strides under Valverde. They're disciplined. And let's be real honest, we've not seen that, but they've morphed into 2 holding midfielders. Rakitic, Busquets, Paulinho, Busquets. They've played with those 3 on the road all the time. Right? It's just that 4th one, probably Iniesta, who is brilliant. And as I said again, let me ask you, best since I've seen him since Xavi left.
Bobo, as for Real Madrid looking at Vermaelen, in all likelihood going to start against Real Madrid, what do they think?
I would, if I'm Benzema, I stay on Vermaelen the whole game.
Me too.
The whole game.
That's a big game for the Belgian to come into this game.
Are you not trusting Vermaelen in this game? You're not trusting him?
No, hey, you know, he's been a good player. Is he fully trustworthy along the lines of Umtiti, Mascherano? I'm not sure. This is an acid test for him, Kay, and he's not going to be coming up against, you know, regular players. These are the world champs, and they are looking at the Bernabeu, and they're going to go at Vermaelen.
But the pressure's on Real Madrid, surely.
Oh, they have to win. I mean, even a draw, you're still 11 points behind if they win the game in hand, 8 points behind, and you've still got Clásico away. But
don't they love it, Gary, when the pressure's on
8
them?
points behind Barcelona with a win? They're going to anything and happen.
I think the biggest question there is we all agree Bale's not going to start. He played 10 minutes against in the last 2 games, came off the bench, scored a big goal for a 2-1 win. So he could be the X factor. But to me, if you talk about Modric, Cruz, and Casemiro, who's number 4 midfield? Asensio,
No.
Isco,
Yes.
Vasquez?
No.
Isco.
Disco.
I think so.
100%.
100%.
I say
He's not changing that team.
This Real Madrid side, every time we've seen it in this era of Real Madrid. I keep calling it the era of Real Madrid, like it was with Guardiola. That was his era. That was Barcelona and the footballer at their absolute zenith best. This Real Madrid side, when you think you've got them on the ropes, that's when they like it. That's when they come out and they hit you harder.
Any other team than Barca, I would agree with you. But you want to make up 8 points against this Barcelona side. And people have been saying that maybe they're weak. But I'm looking, they played Juve twice. They weren't weak. They played Atleti away. I think this is a harder side to beat than almost any Barca side.
They drew 2 games in a row in the Liga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's point. It's losing points.
And you get the 2 hottest forwards in La Liga right now going at each other as well. So the center 2 backs, Piqué and Vermaelen, the lack of speed really worries me without Umtiti, to be real honest with you.
Especially the way Isco goes in and leaves his midfield.
But Benzema, he's not Speedy Gonzalez now.
He's not. Correct.
What about the goalkeepers, Gary? I mean, we can go on and on. The subplots in this game.
30th. Sorry.
There's subplots in this game. These 2 great goalkeepers. I mean, outstanding. Which one you take?
I think Ter Stegen at the moment, because Kayla's been in and out, and he hasn't. I think as a keeper, you need to play 10, 15 games back to back to get into a rhythm.
He always pulls out the best.
Ter Stegen is
big games
quality at the moment.
One more thing. I know it's a statistic. They've only given up 3 goals on the road, Barca. Best out of all 5 top leagues in the world, by the way. 3. Kidding me?
Umtiti was in most of those games out, Thomas, and I think he was the best defender.
No Isco. That's my prediction. No Isco to starting 11.
Oh, I'll bet you a milkshake on that one.
Fair enough.
You're wrong.
Horse tips from this one and milkshakes as well. Listen, quick time to talk about Serie A. It's musical chairs at the top of the table. This weekend, it's Napoli who top it. But Dybala was left on the bench again for Juve. And there's been talk about whether he is fully focused on his professional career right now and whether this is a message that's been sent to him. So, was Allegri right to bench him again for this one?
Of course. If you don't train, you're not concentrated, your head's in the clouds. Allegri said that they're saying that he looks like Messi, plays like Messi. He said that it's hurt him. It's hurt him. That's why he's on the bench.
It's gone to his head.
Of course, he's not training. He's not playing good. So you're on the bench, my friend. And Juve, they have an amazing team. They can do that. They can bench their best player.
Let me ask you this. Does Dybala have that character? The superstars that play in that position, they want the spotlight on them. That's what makes them great. Is Dybala that type?
I don't know. We're going to see this year.
This year is going to be
sometimes
he's a World Cup coming up as well.
He's a great player, but I really think that Juve has become a better team. Pjanic is all of a sudden become the Dybala, and he's more disciplined. He works harder. You got Kadira and Matuidi. That's just a very good threesome in midfield.
Yeah,
he said right to do so. Okay.
He
said it yesterday that they're more focused. They've been focused for the last 3 weeks.
Okay, so he needs to change that attitude a little bit. Just to talk about PSG very quickly, Ray's not happy that Mbappe, Cavani and Neymar are getting nicknamed the MCN already by the English-speaking press in Paris. So you came up with one of your own.
I like Ken. I like Ken. Kylian for Kylian Mbappe. Edison, Cavani, and Neymar. Ken.
Isn't Ken that model, that blonde model?
The Barbie's husband.
That's Barbie's husband.
That's right. That's right. And it's $1 million
What about the MSI? The MSI. Messi, Suarez, and Iniesta.
Okay,
or the DSS.
We're talking about PSG.
But the PSG guys come up with a better one than Ken for PSG.
DSS, De Bruyne, Senna, and Sterling.
Well, we were talking PSG, but suddenly we're not. Up next, we have a fun news segment for you. There were some unbelievable moments in the weekend's games we had here on beIN Sports. We'll try to make sense of it all when we come back.
The Locker Room is presented by Ford. Go further.
Time for our top goals brought to you by Ford. We'll start with Christian Vieri. He's picked one of the Barcelona goals this week. Luis Suarez's goal.
Look where they started. From the back. 1-2 touches.
Beautiful.
Defenders, midfielders, look at that. Look at, mamma mia, what a goal. Look at that. from the back. That's about 25 touches. Look at that, Messi gives it to Iniesta, gives it back to Messi, gives it to Paulinho.
Well, I'm getting dizzy just watching this.
Gives a, who's that? I don't know who that is, I can't see it. First ball in the middle.
Sergio Roberto to Suarez.
This is crazy. You don't see
Room is presented by 4 Go Further.
We're very excited because we have a new segment for you this week. It's called What Were You Thinking?
What are you doing? What are you doing, man?
Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky.
Let's get started. And this is the brainchild of our Ray Hudson. So, Ray, what were you thinking moment of the weekend?
Mine was this on Diego Perotti with this penalty kick. You have to see it to believe it. Look at this. He steps up. He's got the goalkeeper set to rights. It's a nice approach. Cool, calm, collected. But what's he thinking with the finish? I mean, it's a pussycat finish. I like the approach, but Diego, what were you thinking? The goalkeeper reads it all day. Mamma mia is right.
Mamma mia. Gary Bailey, you've gone for one from the goalkeepers.
Goalkeeper, Steve Mandanda, what were you thinking with this one? Because you've got to get your body behind a shot. He's playing for Marseille against Lyon. It's
From Nabil Fekir, the free kick there. Christian Vieri, it's a what were you thinking? I'm not too sure if it's what Messi thinking after he keeps getting denied by the woodwork on a weekly basis.
Wow. Messi is laughing too. He's the only one that hits the post and laughs. Mr. Messi, what were you thinking, my friend? I thought he could have scored here. He should have kept the ball lower on the first post. Here he is again. What do you think he's thinking, Mr. Messi?
I mean, he sees the goal.
But he laughs, he laughs.
It's like he's trying to be too perfect, I think.
It's not quite going right for him.
That's what he's laughing
Yeah,
at.
really.
This is a definite what were you thinking. It's another goalkeeper one as well from you, Thomas Rongen.
Absolutely. It's Stefan Vieri from Saint-Etienne. By the way, he's French Basque. That makes him crazy, I'm telling you.
Stefan Ruffier, what were you thinking? My what were you thinking is actually the referee in the Barcelona game, because Luis Suarez shows us some wonderful skill with a little Rabona to score a goal, and once again Barcelona are denied a ball that crosses the line. Ref, what were you thinking? He told his little boy, I'll do a Rabona in the game for you, and this is him doing it. It would have been a goal for him, and it was denied. So I'm asking the referee, what were you thinking in this game? That should have stood for Luis Suarez for the audacity of doing a Rabona alone, and he's definitely got no confidence issues, let me tell you.
Goal line
Next up,
technology,
our
Kay.
picks by Soccer.com. We predict the weekend's results. You can play along too, and I agree with Gary Bailey. They need goal line technology in La Liga.
Come on, man.
Welcome back to the locker room. It's B&M Picks time, brought to you from Soccer.com, where we choose the winners from the biggest games of the weekend. Please visit bmpicks.com, play along with us to get the chance to win a gift card of up to $250 from Soccer.com. We are starting with our super match, of course, this weekend, the gift certificate of $250 if you can predict this one. Real Madrid against Barcelona. Ray Hudson.
I don't know if I can pick the score in this one. El Clasico, a different breed of a football game. But I'm going to take Real Madrid. Real Madrid killed them in the Super Cup, and I think they'll kill them again. I don't know if it'll be that scoreline, but Real Madrid have too much.
2-0 Barcelona. Suarez, Messi.
Gary Bailey.
I've gone for the draw. Real Madrid are in good form at home. Barca are in great form away from home. To me, I can't separate them.
Thomas Rongen.
I'm going with Mr. Bobo Vieri. 2-0 for Barca on the road.
I'm going to add a nice bit of symmetry to this one. Don't you worry, Ray. I'm going for Real Madrid as well, because I want this to get a little bit more competitive in La Liga. OK, let's head to the Premier League. Our next one is Arsenal against Liverpool. I think I'm going first with you, Gary Bailey.
Yes, last 15 games, Arsenal at home, 14 wins. Only team to beat them was Manchester United, and Liverpool are not as good as Man United, so Arsenal to win.
Thomas?
Liverpool to win.
What?
OK, Ray?
If Arsenal can only beat Newcastle United by 1-0, I'm taking Liverpool.
Christian?
Liverpool.
Actually, I'm going for Liverpool as well in this one, so you're standing alone on that one, Gary. Juventus against Roma. Christian Vieri.
Juve.
what
Ray.
he said.
All right, 2 of you for Juve. Thomas.
Roma.
Oh, Gary.
Milkshake.
Totti right now in the stands
Gary.
all the time. They get wins, man, on the road.
41 wins out of the last 44 for Juve. Untouchable.
I'm
Juve
going for
to
the
win.
draw in this one. I've seen too many draws between the two of them.
Get
Real
on the fence,
Sociedad
Gary.
against Sevilla. Thomas.
I took the away team. Who was the away team?
Sevilla.
Yeah, Sevilla. of
Gary.
course.
Draw.
2-0.
Oh,
Tight game.
Ray.
I'll take Sevilla. Sociedad have not won in the last 5 games.
Fieri.
I draw.
Yeah, you're right. I've got for
right.
Sevilla as well in this one. I think that they can do it. Remember, Valencia against Villarreal. Ray.
Valencia, absolutely.
Christian.
I'm changing. I draw.
No, you're right. You went for a draw. It's a local derby as well, so.
It's a derby. You didn't know it's a derby.
Thomas.
Changes in my name.
Thomas.
Like the weather, like the Miami weather.
The away team, Villarreal.
Villarreal.
See.
Gary.
Valencia at home. Villarreal have lost 3 of the last 4. Come on.
I'm
So
going
come on,
for
man.
Valencia as well in this one to bounce back to winning ways. We would just like to send our best wishes to Kaká with whatever he chooses to do next. He announced his retirement as a pro player at the weekend. And what an absolute gentleman this man is. So, Kaká, we wish you well from everyone here on The Locker Room. Thank you so much for joining us. We will continue to build up to El Clasico this week, every single day. We'll be hearing from Kevin Egan in Madrid as well. We thank him for joining us tonight. We'll see you very soon. El Clasico is coming.
Hey, the Clasico is coming.
Come on,
Nice
get the
boots, by the way,
Barcelona.
Kim, right?
Barca.